Israel is now bombing Iran relentlessly. From Shiraz to the capital Tehran to Natanz, all over Iran, they are bombing, targeting their nuclear facilities, and in some cases, hitting civilian areas. The Israeli military is confirming that it has launched a wave of attacks against the Iranian military and nuclear sites in major escalation, strikes that have also hit the capital city, Tehran, and they have also killed some of their top generals and commanders in this war waged against Iran by Israel. Well, some analysts are saying that this is a big giant deflection, that Iran is trying to divert attention from the real situation which is in Gaza. This is where everybody ought to be looking at. The Europeans have been piling a lot of pressure on Israel recently in an economic standoff against Israel, and we saw this escalation building up slowly with countries like Spain, the United Kingdom, and other countries coordinating economic sanctions against Israel. And Israel have done another big giant deflection targeting Iran to escalate a situation that is already very volatile. The US President Donald Trump is insisting that America is not involved in this, but America will support Israel. We also see the deployment of American personnel into the region. Why is America denying any involvement in this? Of course, America is easy, it is visible, it's everywhere to see. They are within proximity or range of firing target if the Iranians want to activate their forces. And of course, America have a lot of economic interests that can be jeopardized by an all-out war with Iran. Of course, Iran has nothing to lose. America can come and bomb the whole country. They can try to do a ground invasion. But what is going to happen? Iran will target those American military outposts in Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and all across the region, including Saudi Arabia. This is why America is also treading carefully so that it will not escalate the already volatile situation. Recently, the US President Donald Trump was in the region, and there was a lot of economic deals that was done to the tune of over 1 trillion, in terms of promises and also military contracts and so on and so forth. So why are we in this position now? What is really going on? Now, this is the beginning of the end. And for those of us in the global south, for those of you in Africa, I've been warning. The idea of following this guy willy nilly and saying, "Oh well, since the West said it, it must be true." We have to be very careful. And by the way, the people creating these problems, there's an old adage or saying that they will tell you what they did to them, but will never tell you what they did. This is not the first time we are saying this. The last time Iran attacked Israel, there was a lot of outcry and outrage from the international community, so called Western audience and Western government, that this is an escalation, the corrupt government in Iran, and they went on and on and on with this tirade. Well, nobody was really talking about the fact that Israel went to the Iranian embassy in Syria and killed a lot of Iranian personnel and servicemen and diplomats in the consulate, which is a violation of the sovereign territory of Iran. Nobody was talking about that. So it's a deflection. By the way, the US president is saying right now that Iran should not retaliate. That Iran, if Iran dares retaliate, that Iran is going to pay the price. This doesn't make sense to me. What kind of world are we living in? What kind of it's crazy at this point, and this is why we need to change this current system. This is why America cannot remain a global hegemon. This is why America needs to be targeted and removed from that position because it is biased, because we need a different system, we need a different order that is more equitable and just.